going on YouTube? It is your boy Nephilim FPS, and I have just found the secret to Adobe Premiere Pro exporting multiple audio tracks. So bear with me as I explain all of this. It is a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. So for all of my people out there that use OBS and do use multiple audio tracks when they record, especially like my gamers, this video is for you, especially if you have Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm going to be showing you not only how to export it, but I'm going to be showing you how to export it into MP4 files that you can use anywhere. Small MP4 files that you can use anywhere. So what you're going to want to do first is take a look at your OBS settings and make sure you go to output and you want to go to recording. Make sure that your audio tracks are all checked, right? If you don't know how to split your audio, I can make a video on that. If you guys like, let me know in the comments. But there are videos already out there for that. Keep in mind. So, I try to make what's relevant and what I think is actually crucial and not already there. But you want to make sure all of these are checked. Now I can't check them because I'm recording right now, obviously, but they are checked for me. So what that does is it allows your audio mixer settings. It allows you to record different audios on different channels. So my game audio is on channel 1, my Discord audio channel 2, my mic audio channel 3, and my music audio channel 4. And everything is on 5 and 6 except for music. And the reason music isn't on 5 is because that is my Twitch audio track for when I'm streaming. My Twitch VOD track, I'm sorry, for when I'm streaming. And so what that does is when I go to my Twitch VODs, when you're in stream at the time, you can hear my music, but in my VODs, you won't be able to hear my music. It basically just helps with DMCAs. If you want a video on that, again, in the comments, you can let me know. But again, there's already a video on that. So if you guys want, though, I can explain it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Premiere Pro, and I'm just going to show you guys really quickly how to set up everything so that way you can get your multi-track audio in there if you have your audio split, right? And how to go about editing, not necessarily editing it per se. I'm going to show you what you can do and what you probably should do, and then I'm also going to show you how to export it. So what you want to do is you want to drag a video file in and to your, well, before you do that, what you want to do, actually, let's just clear this real quick. So I kind of just rambled in the first video, but now I kind of got it together. So now I can show you guys a better example and quickly do it. First thing you want to do before you drag any video in is you want to make a new item. You want to right click on your mouse. You want to go up to new item when you're in your file selection, and you want to make a new sequence. Your new sequence, you can title it whatever you want to. I call it MAT, multiple audio tracks for short. You can freeze it right here to copy these settings that I have, right? And then what we're going to do, the most important step is going to be in the tracks. So normally it's going to look like a regular stereo, but you want to do 3 video tracks, right? And you want to do multi-channel, and the number of channels that you want to do is going to be double what you have. So OBS gives us 6, so we're going to do 12. We're going to make sure all the audio, the track types are on standard. And we're going to make sure we only have 6 track types, right? We have 6 different audios, but we're going to make sure we have 12 different channels that they come through. And it's important that you do that. Now the output assignments, we're going to make sure that each one is on a separate one. So audio 1 should be on 1 and 2. Audio 2 should be on 3 and 4. And they're going to be on 1 and 2. So you're going to have to manually go in and uncheck 1 and 2 and put it on the right one, right? And audio 3 should be on 5 and 6, and so on and so forth. And you keep doing that until basically you're done, like how I'm doing right now. And now we're good, right? So audio 1, 1, 2, audio 2, 3, 4, audio 3, 5, 6, audio 4, 7, 8, audio 5, 9, 10, and audio 6 is on 11 and 12, right? Now what we're going to do is you can name the sequence whatever you want, and you want to save this preset. This is going to be your preset that you use every time that you load in your videos with multiple audio tracks. Every single time. I'm going to go back to OBS real quick because there is something that I did forget to show. So, there are two things that I forgot to show real quick. When you go to your settings, right, and you go to output and you go to recording, you want to record in MKV. This just helps with crashes like PC crashing and recording crashing. If you record in MP4 or the other formats, I think it's one that you can record in, but I use MKV anyway. When it crashes, your file is basically lost. And I'm pretty sure if you're at this video, then you've watched other videos on that and you know that already, right? But just for the people that don't know, you want to record in MKV so that way if your PC crashes or your recording stops for whatever reason, you still have that recording file. Unexpectedly, if it unexpectedly happens, you still have that recording file. And then what you want to do after that is you want to take, because you're not going to be able to bring MKV files into Premiere Pro, so you're going to want to remux them, but you can do that directly in OBS. Once you go up in the top left corner and click on File, you can go to Remux Recording. You can press the three dots on the right hand side. You can take any video file you want. Let's take the one I just recorded. Open, right? And then you can press the Remux button. Now, remuxing is going to take a bit. It's going to take a bit depending on how long you recorded the video for, like how long the video file is or how much of a recording it is. My computer is a pretty decent computer. It just, and any ones that you have queued up, if you don't remove them, it will remux those as well. As you can see, it didn't remux my MOV video into MP4. This is the thing that I was working on earlier that I just found the solution for, and that's why I'm showing you guys this video, because I couldn't find it online, and it took me like hours to find a workaround myself, and it was just very, very fucking annoying. So hopefully this video helps you guys. So back into Premiere Pro, we have our track set up, right? We have everything set up. We can name the sequence, and you should name the sequence. Like I said, I have mine named as MAT for multiple audio tracks, and you want to save that preset because, like I said, again, all of your videos with multiple audio tracks, you're going to want to use that sequence to bring them over to edit. So let's go ahead and grab a video real quick. Keep existing settings. So like I told you guys already, my mic audio or my game audio is on audio track 1. Oh, another thing real quick. On the bottom right next to the timeline in Premiere Pro, you're going to see these little dots. You're going to want to make sure that those dots are turned blue and not black. This allows you to monitor your audio channels. Without these in blue, you'll still have the gauges, but you will not be able to hear any of your audio if you don't play it. So as the video kind of buffers, you can see, right? The only one that you're going to be able to hear is the first audio track. Every other audio track, though, the ones that are playing right now, you can't hear that without those turned to blue. So just make sure that you have these turned to blue so that way you can hear it. So just a quick test real quick to show I'm not lying. 1, 2, 3, 4 is my music. So 4 is music, so I should be able to hear music once I press play. 5 and 6 are basically all of my audios. That's why those gauges will go up. 1 is my game audio, 2 is Discord, and 3 is my mic. So I'm going to do 1. I don't want to hear Discord and everything like that. So, okay. We're trying to make this video short. I think I'm going into too much explanation. Just make sure that these are blue. Anyway, before I start rambling again, what you're going to want to do is when you want to come and clip stuff up for my gamers, remember the easiest way to do it is going to be to use the razor tool and clip it while the audio is still linked to the video, so that way you don't have to go through and zoom in on the timeline and get an exact placement for the audio as well as the video. It's just more tedious that way. I like to do it that this way because, like I said, it's just more tedious if you do it the other way. This takes way more time for absolutely no reason. So we're gonna just clip something small real quick. So I'm gonna just clip right here. I'm gonna start the clip right here. I'm gonna let it play, and I already know what happened. I killed that Pathfinder, so I'm gonna stop the clip once I get to the loot boxes. I'm gonna stop the video once I get to the loot boxes, basically, when I'm looting. Pathfinder dead. Shooting at these kids. He's flush as hell. Whatever. Blah blah blah. Stop it when I get up to that loot box right there. There we go. And now I'm gonna clip it again. I'm gonna use the razor tool to clip this part right there exactly. You can do it on the line like how I just did, but to be safe, you want to probably zoom into your timeline like this, right? Now we can clear the rest of these because this is what we wanted. We have what we wanted. Now we can take what we wanted and we can drag it to the beginning of the timeline, right? Just take the part that you wanted, drag it to the beginning of the timeline, and you should have no issues. And go back to the beginning of the timeline, and you should be fine. Zoom in because it's now it's shorter. It's only about 20 seconds long. So zoom in, and when you're good, you're gonna want to right click on this, and you're gonna want to unlink the audio. Windows, get the hell out of my face. Shut up. You're gonna want to right click on that, and you want to unlink it. All right. Unlinking the audio once you clip is going to be your main priority for a couple of reasons. You're going to want to, let's say I wanted to get rid of my audio. That's what the whole point of me having separate audio tracks is, so that way I can play certain audios and not the other ones, right? Well, if it's still linked, I can't do that. But now as it's unlinked, as you can see, I can clear these channels one by one. So 5 and 6 were the culmination of all my audios, right? Like I said before, 4 was music. 3 is my mic. I don't really care to hear my mic in this clip, so I'm going to delete that too. Discord, I wasn't in Discord with anybody. And so we're left with 1, which was only game audio. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring in some audio. We're going to bring in some little meme audio. Forgot. And that's a perfect example of what happens when you do not have them checked in blue. I literally forgot. So now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna press play.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
And you can hear the little meme audio, right? Cool. So the reason we do this is so that way, like I said again, the audios that you don't want, you can get rid of them and bring in new audios to edit your clips however you want to edit them. So we have game audio, but I would recommend for my people out there that are gamers, you're going to want to have game audio, Discord audio, your mic audio, and leave one more channel. So 4 channels. You're going to want 4 channels. Basically, leave one channel for edited audio so it can be on its own timeline and you can put it in wherever you want. All right. All right, so let's get to, now we edited this part. Let's get to the exporting. Exporting is going to be the tricky part. So what we're going to do for exporting is we're going to make a new sequence again to export. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit confusing. I get it. But trust me, it makes sense in the long run. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our tracks. Again, these settings are going to be the same. Pause the video if you need to copy these settings, but those settings are pretty much going to be the exact same. The tracks are what we're really worried about. Again, 3 video tracks, but the mix is now not going to be multi-channel. It's going to be stereo, and the number of channels that we're going to have is going to be 2, but we can add to that. We can add the different audios. So what this is going to do is it's going to lump all the audios into one track of audio. But while it's lumped into one track of audio, all of the edited audio that you did before is gonna be like the separate audio channels that we did before are gonna still be there. So before we do this, let me throw in another sound real quick on a different audio format that starts after this sound. Or not a different audio format, I'm sorry. A different audio channel. And let me just clip it up a little bit so it's not too long, right? So clear. I got a good amount of space between the first audio, which I'm about to play now.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
You can still hear game audio as that's going on. All right. So again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to our project. We're gonna go and right click. We're gonna go to new item. We're gonna go to sequence and we're gonna go to tracks. We're going to change it from multi-channel to stereo. We're going to make sure that it is at least 4, like I said, for all the reasons that I said. You're going to want 1 for game audio, 1 for Discord, 1 for your voice, and 1 for the edited audio that you put in. And then we're going to press OK and start a new sequence. Now, in this new sequence, we're not going to be able to bring in what we just did until we export it. So here's how we export it first. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the sequence we were just working on. We're going to go up to File or Control M if you want. We're going to go to Export. We're going to go to Media. We're going to export this as a 6-track audio, right? This is where it gets tricky. So you're going to have to use the QuickTime format. And with QuickTime format, you want to go to more presets. You'll see it. And you want to use Apple ProRes, right? I use Apple ProRes H422HQ, right? And then you want to press OK. Now you want to go down to the audio tab here, and you want to go to more, and you want to add your audio tracks. Add all 6 of your audio tracks. You want to turn them from mono to stereo, all of them. All right. While you do that, now once that's done, even if you're not using all 6, just make sure it's 6 so that way you can save the preset. You save the preset by going to the 3 dots by preset and pressing save preset. Now you want to export it. You want to export it. It's going to take a little bit to export. It's going to be a bigger file, but we can get rid of the original file once we get the final file. So now that my video is exported, it's going to be over here for us to drag into the new sequence. So we can go back to sequence 11, or you should have named it whatever you want to name it. All right, we can go back to sequence 11, and we can take this file, and we can drag it in. And as you can see, we have 4 audios. When these are unchecked, they're not being used. When they're not blue, they're not being used, right? So now you're thinking, okay, but they're still all on separate audio tracks, right? Right, it is. But with the sequence, it's going to combine them into one audio track. So now what we do is we export this again. This time, we can export it as a straight H.264 file. Let's just play it to make sure all of our audio. Because as you can see, if I zoom in on the timeline, as you can see, they're all still on separate audio tracks. It's not just one audio. All of the audio tracks have a different wavelength for where the audio is being played from, right? So now we go back to file, like I said, export. We go to media again. And now we can do it as a H.264, right? And we could just export. Don't believe me, just watch. Just look. Now we have our sequence 11 MP4 file. That's going to have all of our audio on one track. It's the sequences that make the difference between these the transitions. I wish I knew how to just drag and drop. You see how it's all on one now? That's all of our edited audio, and we're gonna have all of it though. We're gonna have game audio. We're gonna have the 2 meme sounds as well. Just watch.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
And that's all of our audio on one track in an MP4 file. And now we can take that MP4 file and let's say I wanted to upload it to YouTube, or if I wanted to upload it to TikTok or whatever. That's how you do that. I'm sorry there is no other video. I'm sorry if I rambled and it was still hard to explain. I will try my hardest to respond in the comments to clear up any type of confusion. But to just run through things and give you guys a fast recap, right? OBS settings, you're going to want to go to settings, right? You're going to want to go to output. You're going to want to go to recording. You're going to want to make sure that 1, your recording format is MKV for crashes, and 2, all of your audio tracks are selected, so that way your separate audio tracks actually work. Then you're going to want to go to your audio mixer. You're going to want to go to advanced audio properties, and you're going to want to put everything that you want on a separate audio track onto a separate audio track. In Premiere Pro, you're going to want to create 2 sequences. The first sequence is so that you can get all your audio into Premiere Pro. Well, actually, one more thing. With MKV in OBS, like I said, you're going to want to go up to the top left. You're going to want to go to files. You're going to want to go to remux recordings, and you're going to want to remux the recording that you just did, so that way you can drag it in as a MP4 file, because MKV files are not allowed in the Adobe Premiere Pro. You're going to want to do all of that. All of that sounds like a lot, but trust me, it's not that much. You can delete all of the files later. Anyway, you go into your editor here. You're gonna want to right click anywhere up top here. If your stuff is full of stuff, you can right click right here. You're gonna want to go to new item, sequence, and if you follow these steps, you should have a preset when you're done with it the first time. You should have a preset for both of them. You should have a multi audio track preset that is multi-channel. That is going to be your tracks. They're going to be multi-channel. Number of channels you want to have is 12. You're going to want to make sure you go to output assignments and put them all on different output assignments. And then you're going to want to make sure that for the final product, so that way you can export it into H.264, you're going to want to go to the tracks again. You're going to put it on stereo, and you're going to add as many channels as you think you need, right? You can edit the output assignments, but you're just going to add as many channels as you think you need. You're going to save the preset with the save preset button. You're going to name the sequence whatever you want to name it. When you export, you're going to have to export first your edit. Do your edit first and then export, right, from the regular multi-channel sequence. Then you can take that edit, because it'll be a movie. It'll be, so sequence 6, right? It'll say sequence 6 move, like how it is on here. You're going to want to take that sequence 6 move. You're going to want to make a new item, which was the sequence. Going to want to go to tracks, stereo, like I said, yada, yada, yada. And that's pretty much it. And then you're going to drag it in here, and you're going to export it again. So basically you're exporting twice. That's all that it is. Sorry it took way too long to explain all of this. I'm not going to edit this because I've done spent too much time editing today, and I do not care to edit this. If I rambled a bit, hopefully it helped keep the video interesting instead of just straight boring. Yeah, that's the end of this fucking video. Check me out on Twitch if y'all want. User is the same as everything else. Twitch, Twitter, IG, all of it. TikTok is the same. Nephilim FPS. I am out. Thank you guys for your time.